Hello everyone, Larry Satchwell here. A lot of traffic this morning. When we moved into this place in 1981, we may have had 10 cars go by a day. Now at times there's 10 or 15 cars every minute. Anyway, sitting here having my second cup of coffee, enjoying the fish. I know I've had a lot of Highland Game videos up lately, but I'm back in the garden today. I love the Scottish Highland Games. Everything about them. It's a family event. You have the bagpipes ringing in your ears for several days later. And the competition is really good. But I know it's a really small niche of people. But I will continue to put those up as I go to them. My next games will be in October at Stone Mountain, Georgia. Third week in October if you'd like to come out. I put those up so the athletes can watch them. I have a perspective being the announcer that hardly anybody else has. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 divisions going on at the same time, so I have to be a little bit picky about who I'm going to video, but I try to get everybody. I know the athletes use those as training videos. They watch themselves, they watch others, and other people use them because there's not a lot of places that you can learn how to get into the games. Anyway, let's take a walk through the garden. It's about this time of year that the southern garden, the vegetable garden, is waning. Things just aren't growing. It's too hot. It's in the 90s every afternoon, if not more. The heat index is in the hundreds sometimes. And vegetables just don't grow normally unless they're heat lovers like tomatoes and peppers in that kind of heat. My perennial garden is doing okay for this time of year. Some things are blooming, some things will stop blooming, but it's still fun to walk through. This is the vegetable garden, and let's just go through there. This is that sun-glow tomato. I probably won't plant it next year, mainly because I have trouble with colors. And I like a really red tomato because sometimes I pick these and I really can't tell if they're that yellowish orange or if they're green. These two look a little bit different to me, but I've bitten into quite a few that have been pretty sour and not ripe. And as you can see, it's about gone. The marigold under it is doing really well. I've got a little volunteer lettuce plant down there. The peppers, there's a real beaut, but I don't see very many blooms. I'm not saying, here's going to be some blooms next week. Got 2 more peppers over here, and again, they were very small when I put them out. One small one on here, and nothing on this one. They're probably getting a little bit too much shade over here. This is the Parks Whopper. Again, probably getting a little too much shade. It's trying to reach for the sun. This is a sunflower that I don't know what variety it is because I just plant sunflowers at random. Here's some more sunflowers. The corn is gone. We've eaten it all. But look at my lettuce that I didn't know would survive. I'm pretty sure that this is the year-round lettuce and that this is a tennis ball. Oh, it's okay, goats. Well, my lettuce has not died. That's a good thing. But you can't have wilted lettuce without some green onions. And I bought these bulbs when you could buy bulbs in the spring, and they've been in the refrigerator because I've never done this before, so of course it's an experiment, you know me. I only bought a handful, but we need green onions if we're going to have lettuce, wilted lettuce salad. So I'm going to plant these. Looks like we're going to get a storm here in about an hour. I want to plant these and mulch these. I've had a few bugs eating on these, so I'm going to put Captain Jack's dead bug stuff on here. It's good for all kinds of things, and it's for organic gardening. So I'll plant these. I want to also put some mulch over it. But I did the weed eater out here yesterday, and I've got a lot of little grass clippings on them. Let us come up, but my onions are coming up as well. I have some more of those in the refrigerator. I like that experiment. I'm going to do that again next year. Another sunflower here. This was a sun glow that bit the dust about a month ago. Never did really well. And these are some late corn. I had a handful, maybe 12, 15 seeds, and I planted them 2 weeks after the other. And we're gonna have a few more corn on the cob, sweet corn, here in about a week. I still have my setup here. I've got to change that because it looks so ugly. And I'm back in town now, so I'll be able to water the garden as I need it. Oh, I've got a red hot poker. I didn't see that yesterday when I was weeding. I love red hot pokers. And I thought these had already bloomed this year, but that's going to be a beaut. The butterflies are going to love it. I do see a lot of butterflies in the garden these days. The zinnias here. This one should have been planted behind this one, but I didn't know at the time. This is where the squash were, and they are long gone. And you can see this tomato plant, a charger, is getting really ugly. There are a lot of assassin bugs on this, and I don't spray. I'm not sure why they're on here and not on the others, but on this one, they seem to love it. So that's what I'm saying about the southern garden being about over. But we've got a lot of tomatoes. This is the first year that I can remember that I haven't planted paste tomatoes. I think I'll probably have enough tomatoes here to make some tomato juice. This is the okra, and you have to get at it daily. And if you don't, I was gone last weekend, and if they get over 6 or 7 inches long, they are like eating firewood. It's just so tough. This one will be ready tomorrow, but you have to harvest them almost daily. Yesterday, I made a great stewed tomato and okra dish. I made a video of it. I need to edit it, but it'll be up very soon. Another charger. I'm not real thrilled with charger because it has a very thick skin on it. I have a cypress vine growing up in here. They are at random all over. I have 2 tomato plants in here. One is the early doll, and the other is the Parks Whopper Improved. The early doll was supposed to be an early tomato, and I think that's this one over here. Just didn't do well. This is the dying morning glory. I got it at the bottom. I have a lot of morning glories in here, and if you don't get those every day, they tend to grow a couple of feet. Another cypress vine right here. I'll let those go. These are carrots we've been eating on. Some nice carrots in here. I usually try to get a couple, like this one, impeding the growth of the ones next to it, and it doesn't want to come up. That's a nice carrot. The horses eat these as well as we do. Another charger. And this one I didn't get strung up, and you can see it really needs to be pulled up here. I'll try to get some baling twine on it today. This is the bed that had all my spring lettuce and carrots in it. Still has a few carrots left. It's basically, I'm just trying to keep the weeds out of it, and it's fallow ground right now. If I planted something in here, it would be to turn it over. I was considering buckwheat, and I know there's a store in Lawrenceville that I might pick up some buckwheat next week. I have to be in Lawrenceville. And then I'll turn it over for the fall crop. I'm thinking this might be where the tunnel goes this year. But I've got those Georgia worms that just ruin the soil. And I've also got a fire ant nest right here. And I've treated it several times with bait, and they just move it over a few inches. I'm really happy with this strawberry bed. It's looking really good. This strawberry bed, not so much. And I'll show you in a minute that strawberry plant on the hill. That is the mother of all strawberry plants. And about October, I'll start digging up some of those and putting them in here. Quick walk down here. I've got a Jerusalem artichoke here, a sunchoke, some people call them. I've got a lot of weeds in here amongst the raspberries, and I still haven't gotten to those vines. While I was gone over the weekend, I had another bloom, and they only last a day, but I've got another one coming on right here. This is Glingo raspberry. You can tell because it has no thorns. Yesterday when I had the weed whacker out, I took out all of these yarrow. They were bent over into the pathway and looked horrible. So I just took them out. Sunflowers over here. Sunflowers over here. And like MG, these are moonwalkers. This one's got a bumblebee on it. But I think this variety is chocolate. A new variety this year I found. But these are all moonwalkers. The finches will be after them. Speaking of finches, they love that verbena up there. Look at how tall this Jerusalem artichoke is getting. And this is a hibiscus that is not blooming. So I'll walk down the perennial garden. As you can see, the black-eyed Susans are really in full bloom right now. Well, not full bloom. In another week or two, they will really be in full bloom. The echinacea that I got at Walmart last year, beautiful. I was at Walmart the other day, and the same garden lady is there after a year, and she is very knowledgeable, and I thanked her so much. I got those on sale there last year, and she says, I'm getting ready to discount these, and so I'll probably go back there the next couple of days in a row to see if I can't get some more of those discounted flowers. Next year, I think I'll put some more of this petunia, which isn't looking great right now, but it looks better in the afternoons. I think I'll put that here in front of the Shasta daisies. I've deadheaded most of them. Back here, the red and yellow yarrow that I had are looking awful. And those will need to be transplanted this fall. The daylilies have come and gone. I don't think they're going to bloom much anymore this summer. I need to get those out this winter. Foxgloves are still coming up. I need to harvest some of those seeds. The nicotina plants in the basement, I need to get them out here. I've just kind of been waiting for like a cloudy day spell, you know, where we get cloudy days a couple of days in a row. They are ready to transplant and enjoy all fall. I need to harvest some of these seeds too. And this is, you can see they're falling over and creating new plants. I love that. This is that strawberry plant. It goes all the way beyond that rock up there. It goes over into the foxglove all the way over there. And it comes all the way down here. It is producing more plants. This started as a volunteer last year. This blue-eyed grass, it won't bloom the rest of the year. It blooms in the spring, which is kind of disappointing. But it's really pretty when it is in bloom. The balloon flowers are doing well up there. I need to cluster those, so that'll be another thing this fall. That verbena looks really pretty with the dew on it and the sunshine. That's where the finches are all the time. I wondered who was planting those seeds. I didn't think it was the finches, but I caught them on it several times. This is the recent potato box that I've been filling up. Well, actually, my wife has been filling up daily with the manure. I've got a thermometer in there. It's registering just under 100 right now. But I'll bet when I turn this over, you're going to see the steam. This is the corn plants, and I just haven't covered them up. This is actually 2 wheelbarrow loads of manure. We get at least one a day. Let me turn this over and show you how hot it is. So I'm just going to pull this manure over to the top of this. Leave a spot for more manure here today. And it doesn't smell. And there aren't many shavings in here. This is mainly what my wife picks up off the ground in our little paddock area. I will heat this up over here probably a couple of feet, 18 inches. It's fogging up, but as you can see, it's right at 130 degrees down in there. That should kill any of the crazy worms, but when it cools off, the crazy worms are going to be back. It's the best I can do. And Tim, you mentioned in a comment, a few surprises along the way. I was up here in the middle of the hill, and I found this gem yesterday. And there's another one, another two right here. This is a bulb that I took from my mother's yard after she passed away. She passed away 5 years ago, August 1st. This is a mysterious lily, a wonder lily, something like that. The leaves come up in early spring and die back, and then I get these beautiful blooms. But this is the first year it's ever happened. All the memories and flashbacks that this gave me yesterday put goosebumps on my arms. And I think that's where I'm going to leave you today. I'm going to call this Mother Lily. I hope your garden's doing well. Until next time, be safe.